Hey guys, what we got here is an old Black Reach uh, dreadnought, and with the new codex coming out, thought maybe somebody might be looking to figure out how to make some flames. And since I'm working on the uh, Help for Heroes raffle charity through YouTube with a bunch of the other YouTube guys, and I've been working on salamanders, I figured I'd do a quick little demo of how I would do flames, how I do them, or would do them, or if I was working on them or whatever. Got me a little green stuff tube of a little tube of green stuff. I've laid it in here where I sort of want my flames. I'll get out my flattening tool, like here's a clay shaper, or just use the flattening tool. Take and dampen it, and you just want to sort of flatten out your green stuff where you're going to want your flames to be. You want to get this relatively thin. Like I say, I'm looking at less than a centimeter when I'm done. Flatten it out. You want to flatten it out into the general shape that you're going to, like here, you want to be following the details. So you go in with your tool, clean up your details, just flatten them in. You see a little clicky sound? That was the green stuff wanting to stick to the metal. So what you do is you just dampen it when you hear that, and you get the little general layout of your flame. This might go in and out of frame a little bit where you guys really can't see what I'm doing. But what I'm doing is I'm cleaning up the edge right here so that the green stuff is laying where I want it to. See, this is a little hard for me to do it this way because I'm doing it upside down and backwards so that you guys can see it. But the general same little principles are going to apply. So that's what I'm mainly looking to show you is what I do to go about doing it. Basically, I'm cleaning a beveled edge to where it's coming down to the edges like that, just sort of beveling it off a little bit. Once you get to that stage, I'll take you this here is actually a stylus. You can use anything like this one here is a little pointing tool, just something to draw with. Basically, what you're going to be doing is you'll just map out your flames. I want to, say I want a little dip here, flame to come up there like that. So just draw in the flame that I'm going to want. Say I want the edge just to come up here like that. So just do the same thing until I get generally the flame outlet that I want. See, I know where the flame's going to go now. Sort of like that. Then I'll go through with the stylus or whatever I use for pointing and just take out the general shape by pushing down till I hit the material that I'm working on, like in this case plastic. If you're working on a metal miniature, you go down to you feel the metal and you start digging out what green stuff isn't necessary. Just add it to your little ball there on the side. Do the same thing on the other side. When you start filling the plastic, you know you're down deep enough. And you'll go through and just remove excess green stuff. As you can see there, it's sort of got a flame look. Basically then I would just go in, start cleaning up the edges to where it looks sort of like what I want it to look like. Like say over here I want to flame dance a little bit, so I take my stylus and smooth out some green stuff over to the corners. Sort of like that. Go down the edges that I want to keep good and crisp, bring them up. Just going around working the edges. Say I want this one to loop a little bit, so all I got to do is go in here and dig a little bit. Take my stylus and just sort of bring out another little lip of flame. Then once I get her, up here like I like, just continually work the green stuff just by pushing. I want this a little sharper maybe. Just go in there and just move it around. Get a nice little valley right there. And just shape it. Make sure your tool's good and wet. Carry that green stuff around. Going in here, do the same thing. Get down to the plastic, carry it around. A little dance going here. Move the green stuff where I want it. Then once you get it in there, pretty happy with what it's looking like, take your smoother. Whether you use, like I say, a flat tool, or in this case I'm using the clay shaper. Start working your little details in by making sure you're into the corners and bring your flame out a little bit. Smooth it. Work it into the edges so it's got a nice crisp edge. See, like here we're sort of flattened out a little bit. Go back in there and pull it back out. Mr. Smoother. Once you get her cleaned up here a little bit, get your nice crisp edge. And now you got a flame. There's a quick, simple flame job on a Black Reach Dreadnought. And if you're kind of wondering, excuse me, what this would look like painted up, you go from that to that. And like I say, guys, I'm working on the Help for Heroes charity. So I'll also be back later with some tips on how to do some scaling, like this here's scaling down the side of the Dreadnought. But stay tuned for tips on doing that. And thanks for watching. This is how we make flames the VanHammer way. See you guys in the next video.